Hello everyone, X-Wall-Kill Bethelite here. And at Bethel, you can request a specific roommate. If two people want to be roommates, you can work that out. A lot of times, you have people that don't really know anybody else at Bethel that well when they first get there. Or they may have family at Bethel, but that family member might be married. So one of the people that came in with me in my Bethel entrance class, his sister was at Bethel, but his sister was married, of course. That's probably how she got in Bethel, is by marrying a Bethelite. So while he knew people, yeah, he could go to their room, had somebody to kind of show him the ropes at Bethel a little bit. You can't request your sister to be your roommate when she's already married and has a roommate. So if somebody's coming into Bethel and you know that person, you can request for them to be your roommate. Or if you get along well with somebody, you can request for that person to be your roommate, or vice versa. You don't get along with somebody, right? Sometimes you have people at Bethel, especially a new person at Bethel, they don't want to rock the boat. If you're new, you don't want to rock the boat. You ain't been there 10 years and know everybody. You don't want to be complaining about roommates and asking for new ones and all that stuff. So usually people who are new, they don't do that. But I remember seeing a group of new people come into Bethel, and it wasn't long after my entrance class, before they had another class coming in at Bethel. How do you know? You see them walking around with them yellow, thick envelopes that have all the books, the dwelling together and unity manual and the maps and where everything is and when you have to be at such and such a place at such and such a time. Is all in them envelopes. So everybody knows if you see somebody with them envelopes, that's a new boy coming in at Bethel. So we see new people coming in at Wall-Kill Bethel. And I overheard somebody say, "Hey, I know him from my congregation back home." And I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? You got two people from your congregation being invited to Bethel within a short span of each other. That don't happen too often. And I'm thinking, oh, it probably would be perfect for those two people to room together. They both came from the same congregation. They both pioneered for at least a year before coming to Bethel. So all that time pioneering together, they should know each other pretty well. This is that Sprite tea. Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, the guy who came in my class that saw the new guy come in didn't want to room with him. And I found that odd. Like, why would you not want to room with somebody who's from your congregation? And in my mind then, I'm new, I'm believing in the cult bullshit. I'm thinking, well, maybe he just wants to widen out in his association and not just stay around people he already knows. Maybe he wants to meet new people, and that's why he wants a different roommate other than the person that just came in. Another thing that seemed odd about it is because the guy was older. I mean, he wasn't like 30 or anything, but he was like 24, 25, just getting to Bethel. So I'm thinking, you got somebody you know, and somebody that's probably a little bit more mature than some of these 20-year-olds run around freaking starting fights and all kinds of stuff in the E residence. Why in the world wouldn't you want a room with him? Well, lo and behold, we find out that this new Bethelite was probably sent to Bethel so that his mama could get him out the house. The guy was either 24, 25, heck, he could have been 26. He looked older. And he still lived with his mom. His father wasn't, quote unquote, in the truth and didn't live with him. So his father had got remarried and was living in another state. He lived with his mom. He 24, 25, 26, still living with his mom. And after getting to know him, I'm thinking his mama had him sign up for Bethel to get rid of his ass. And I think that's the case for a lot of people. Everybody's thinking all these Bethelites are so spiritual. They're all so spiritual. Some people's parents use Bethel the same way, quote unquote, worldly parents use the military to get rid of their no good kids or no good grown adult child in the head offspring. This guy was older, but he was not no more mature than the 20-year-olds that came into Bethel. I remember his roommate always complaining about him. Always complaining about him. And there was one day he let me in the room. I think I had some food from my congregation that they gave me, and I was going to split it with him. He had some food from his congregation, so I was about to split it and we were going to share. Well, he lets me in knowing full damn well, and this was a nice room. The guy had a nice room because they had a bathroom in it. He lets me in knowing full damn well this 25-year-old Bethelite that should know better is sitting on the damn toilet with the door wide open. The door is wide fucking open. I walk in. I see the bathroom door open, so of course I'm thinking ain't nobody in there. So I walk by, kind of glance, and I'm like, whoa, dude sitting on the toilet. Just fucking blank look on his face. Sitting on the damn toilet, door wide fucking open. And you're like, this dude don't know to close the door? That's freaking gross. And I got food. So I'm kind of in a hurry to get up out of there. Because this dude's sitting there so long, like he doing a number two. And I'm trying to go ahead, split whatever I'm splitting and leave. And I'm looking at this dude, the guy who let me in. So I ended up seeing his roommate on the toilet is kind of looking at me like, yeah, see, I told you. See, I told you. I'm like, dude, this ain't the time to prove a point. You could have just told me he takes dumps with the door fucking wide open. You didn't have to show me that. So I get my food. I walk out. I'm hearing all kinds of gas and splashing as I'm walking out. And you see me there too and don't know to close the door. So I leave. Needless to say, I didn't feel like eating right then. I put the food up and I'm like, yeah, there's something off about this dude. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something off about that dude. And there's a lot of people at Bethel that are off in the head, and their parents just wanted to get them out the damn house. They weren't getting married because they're socially retarded, so they're not getting married. The parent don't know how else to get them out the damn house, Sign them up for Bethel. Sign them up for Bethel. That'll get him out the house. So his mama don't got to worry about him sitting on a damn toilet, shitting with the doors wide open anymore, because he's at Bethel. Another thing about Bethel is, for the average person, having small snacks is no big deal. But at Bethel, it is a big deal, because you are on a very, very fixed income. So let's say a Bethelite comes in with food from his congregation, which I would do sometimes. I would come to Bethel with a whole tray of food from my congregation. Well, I'd share it. I'd share it because usually they send me back with food specifically for the purpose of sharing it with the other Bethelites. Like, they send me back with more food than what I could eat anyway. You have situations like that where it's okay to share, but usually if a person has Little Debbie snacks, bags of candy, bags of chips, that's not something that you just feel entitled to. If your roommate has Little Debbie's, if your roommate comes in with Popeye's chicken, my roommate had Popeye's chicken, I know full well that money don't grow on trees. We not getting paid no real hourly wage. So I'm not asking for my roommate's chicken. This dude, not only does he shit with the door wide open, but he feels entitled to whatever food his roommate had. This is the type of stuff you got to deal with at Bethel. You're dealing with people that don't even have basic social skills, because you're dealing with Jehovah's Witness kids who have been seriously sheltered their whole lives. They don't have a lot of social interaction. They don't have a lot of social experience outside of just their congregation. And some of them don't have very much even work experience. Because I found out through the guy who knew him from his congregation. See, he wasn't looking crazy anymore for not wanting this guy as a roommate. He knew him. That's why he didn't want him as his damn roommate. I found out from him that this guy, pioneering was easy to him because he didn't have to work. He didn't have to work. His mom provided every damn thing for him. And this dude 25. He didn't have to work. Like, literally, his mom pays all the bills. His mom pays for food. If there's something he wanted, his mom will go get it for him. The only jobs, the guy, according to him, the only jobs he's ever had, real secular jobs, his mother was literally present there. Like, he was helping his mother doing something. Outside of just his mom wanted help with something, he had no work experience. At fucking 25, he had no work experience. Or hell, it could have been 24, it's still weird. He had no work experience. So you're talking a level of sheltering and a level of, I guess you would call that spoiling, that is off the charts. I don't know if his mom thought, oh hell, Armageddon will be here, so there's no point in getting my son a job. You know, and then next thing you know, he's 22. Well, Armageddon will be here, so there's no point in getting my son a job. Next thing you know, he's 23. Well, I'm sure Armageddon will be here soon after all this time, so there's no point in getting him a job or having him go out in the quote-unquote world and get involved with anything. And next thing you know, he's 24, 25, and his mom was like, he got to get the hell out of here because Armageddon still ain't here, and this boy's getting on my damn nerve. So not only is he taking dumps with the door wide open, loud ones at that, I'm talking splashing all in the damn water, he kept on bothering his roommate for food. Like, his roommate would put food in the fridge, and he felt like if he wanted it, he'd just go in there and get it. Like, now granted, I understand that when he was at home, he probably could eat whatever the hell was in the fridge. And yeah, his mom probably bought it. He didn't buy it, his mom probably bought it. And he was entitled to whatever the hell she bought. But you ought to have basic common social sense to understand that your Bethel roommate is not your mama. And everything he goes out and gets, whether he has to go cut lawns at his congregation to go get it, help people in his congregation clean their house to get money, however he's getting his money, and going and buying him snacks, drinks, things like that for whenever he has the craving. Dude, it don't belong to you. At Bethel, all Bethelites know this, or should know this, that you are not entitled to other people's food and snacks and things like that. Hell, there are Bethelites who buy friendships with a box of cereal. They buy friendships with a box of cereal. This is what the economy is like at Bethel, where if you are able to afford bringing a different box of cereal, because you know once you spread this around this table, this box is about to be gone. If you can afford bringing boxes of, going out and buying boxes of cereal and bringing it to the table, that you have bought friends, you have bought people to follow you to the Bethel Watchtower study and sit around you and talk to you and be your friend because they want some damn cereal outside of that hard ass, jaw-breaking kashi that they had at Bethel. This is what the economy is like. One of the guys that came in with me told me he was about to do it. And I'm thinking, this is not going to work. And it worked. He had about 5, 6 friends instantly just for bringing some damn cereal. So when food and snacks, chips, Fritos, Cheetos, things like that, when things like that are that damn valuable at Bethel, you got old Bethel booty warriors using those things to lure and groom young Bethelites so that they can bust their biscuits. That's how valuable it is. So this dude literally thought that his roommate goes out and works. I don't mean his assignment at Bethel. He works his assignment at Bethel at least 40 hours a week, including overtime, and on top of that drives all the way out to his congregation, cuts lawns, does whatever to make some pocket money so that he can go get him some snacks, and then them snacks are supposed to last him for a while. He comes back from his assignment, and you can see why this dude was fat. This dude was chubby as hell. This chubby fuck had eaten some of his oatmeal cream pies. He specifically mentioned the oatmeal cream pies. This fat fuck drank one of his juices. Like, he just comes in and the shit's gone out of the fridge, and the dude is sitting there like it's all good. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is good, when you gonna go get me some more? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And people think that these people have Jehovah's spirit and all this whatnot. You got people that are full on socially retarded. I don't know another word for it. Socially challenged don't seem like it fits this situation. They're socially retarded. And they ain't never been out their mom's house, and they're at Bethel and they are wilding out. So this guy was not only eating this dude's snacks, but at Bethel, and I'm sure he had a stern talking to him that my belongings aren't yours for the taking. You're just not entitled to my shit. This should be basic understanding. If I got a bag of gummy worms, you know what I mean? If it's something from the damn commissary or whatever, you can ask. You can ask if you want some, and then I'll pay you back. But this dude wasn't paying back for shit. He wasn't paying people back for shit. He's eating people's stuff and not paying them back. So you can't say, oh, he was just paying back. No, he wasn't paying back shit. Another issue I heard about him is, and this is not just him, this is other Bethelites also. But when there was a change in the schedule, because at Bethel, it's a regular job. In general, most people are going to start their day with morning worship. But at Bethel, it's a regular job. So there's going to be times where you got to be at work earlier, or you may not have to go into work until later because you're going to have to work later than your average, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever. And whenever his roommate didn't have to be at work early the next day, I don't know if he was going to morning worship, the regular morning worship, or not, or if he had like an adjusted schedule where he would eat breakfast later. But this dude would stay up all damn night watching TV and shit like that, and the TV wasn't his. Keep in mind, your Bethel room, Bethel tells you, bring what makes you feel comfortable. Your Bethel room, you can largely decorate it how you want. Now, I don't mean hammering stuff in walls and whatnot, but outside of that, largely the furnishings, how you want to decorate them, You can get permission to decorate them like that. You know, if you want to set up a whole music stereo, you want to set up a TV, if you want to set up something to watch movies on the TV, you want to set up surround sound. I mean, there's people at Bethel whose family has money and their room is decked out. But it's not like that automatically. Usually the two roommates work together and they buy things for their room. If they want nice things, they save up and buy those things. Or maybe their families help them. But you don't just walk into a room feeling like every damn thing in it is yours. And that's what the hell he did. Imagine this. Imagine this is your roommate at Bethel and these rooms are small as hell. You can't get away. It's not like he walks into the room. This dude done ate some of his damn Little Debbie's snack cakes. And now he's pissed and now he just go to another part of the room and close the door. Or go into his room, in his little Bethel room, and close the door. No, there's no place to fucking go. This fat fuck is right there. In his face. Fucking cream filling on the side of his mouth from eating your shit that you worked hard for. Watching your TV. According to this guy, his roommate didn't contribute to a damn thing. These are some of the types of people. This is just one Bethelite I'm telling you about. There were tons of situations with tons of people. This is just one damn Bethelite I'm telling you about. We would hear everything about him. Because after dealing with him, his roommate would love to vent. And one of the people he vented to was the guy from his congregation. The guy that was telling everybody, that's why I didn't want to room with him. Because I knew him. I knew how he was. Matter of fact, he was the one that filled us in on his situation, that he lived with his mom, that his mom bought him whatever the hell he wanted, and that he was super sheltered, and that he was something socially was off. Something was off. And I don't think his mom felt that she would ever get him out the fucking house unless she sent him to Bethel. She was probably praying that her son made it to Bethel. Not because she wanted him to be spiritual, but she wanted to get his fat ass out of her house. So this dude, you got to be up and at morning worship at 7. I really don't mean walking in at 7. Before 7. You need to be at morning worship, dressed and ready. Dressed up. If you have to bring a separate set of clothes for your assignment, you got to dress up. You got to pack the clothes you need for your assignment. You got to have all that ready. You got to be up early. That fat fucker would be up all damn night, according to him, till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to look at TV and all kinds of shit like that, knowing full damn well his roommate had to be at morning worship at 7. I'm talking, you can't even concentrate on Bethel and your congregation and your family, because you're dealing with all this stupid shit with your roommate. That's some of the stuff that I went through. People think, oh, we're at Bethel, you're in paradise. So the only thing you gotta focus on is preparing for your meetings, preparing for field service. No, you gotta worry about your roommate every damn day being in your face because you got no space in there. You're dealing with that. That alone is stressful, let alone with dealing with people on your assignment, dealing with people that you got to ride to your meetings with because they want people to carpool. So these are all personalities you got to deal with. People constantly being late, picking you up or forgetting you, just all kinds of stupid shit. You are constantly dealing with bullshit at Bethel because you got to understand how young all these damn people are coming in. So yeah, you got a whole bunch of people in their 20s and you have got to deal with them on a constant basis, whether it's at the assignment, whether it's riding to the hall with them, riding back from the hall with them. Like, it's just constant. That's why I was telling y'all I used to try to find a quiet place just to get the hell away from people for a little while. So I can relax, so I can reset, so I can not go off on people. But that fat fuck would just, he had no mental concept that the world didn't revolve around him and that he wasn't just entitled to whatever he wanted and to just do whatever the fuck he wanted. You know what I mean? Somebody needed to find his mom and disfellowship her ass just for raising that piece of shit. But the crazy thing is that he left Bethel and his roommate was ready to have a party. His fat ass finally left Bethel. It was awesome. And it wasn't even my roommate. But this dude was ready to have a party. I shit you not. He wanted to have a party. Literally bring snacks and everything, have a party. This dude was leaving. Guess why? He was about to get married. And they wasn't keeping him at Bethel because he hadn't been there long enough to stay at Bethel with the wife. This fat fuck never worked a damn job before outside of being supervised by his fucking mom or some shit like that. Went right from his mom's house to Bethel, didn't do well at Bethel, couldn't get along with a damn soul at Bethel. And because he was a Bethelite, and Jehovah's Witnesses just believe all these Bethelites are all so spiritual, and that's just the greatest thing in the world a woman can do is to marry a Bethelite. Some poor girl married him, and I guarantee you that shit didn't last. I don't know if it did or not, but I guarantee you that shit didn't last. Unless his wife was about to work while he stayed at home and watched TV all goddamn day. You know what I mean? Unless his wife was about to do shit like that. There ain't no damn way. Because that boy ain't never even had a job before. I can't imagine him working. I can't imagine him working. He didn't do well in his assignment from what I heard. I only ever heard negative things. But these are the people that these sisters end up marrying. And a lot of times these marriages do not freaking last. Or whenever you see them, they look miserable. They look fucking miserable. And it's because they are. A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that are married are miserable. Because they're marrying somebody with no life experience, no fucking common sense, socially retarded, the whole 9 yards. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm almost sure this dude is probably divorced. If he had kids, that is a mess. X-Wall Kill Bethelite, 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.